only is Mykelti doing watch-alongs over on her Patreon of the show that made her family famous, but she is also reading the book her parents wrote, national bestseller, Becoming Sister Wives. If you have read that book, you know that it's divided into 4 parts. There's matrimony, sorority, family, and celebrity. Mykelti just read Meri's chapter in the sorority section, and while she remains steadfast in her desire to keep her distance from Meri, she did extend Meri a lot of grace while she answered questions from her patrons. And she even recalled a good memory she had with Meri. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Before we jump into today's video, let's hear a quick word from today's video sponsor. I am so excited to talk to you about the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark is an app and browser extension that lets you place yourself anywhere in the world. You know, it wasn't until 2018 when I was on my honeymoon in Ireland that I learned that depending where you are in the world, your Netflix options may change. The other day, I wanted to watch one of my favorite movies, Easy A, starring 2-time Academy Award winner Emma Stone. I wouldn't be able to watch it on US Netflix, but if I log in as if I was in the UK using Surfshark, there it is for my viewing pleasure. A virtual private network masks what you do online. So maybe your kid has an extracurricular activity going on and you want to get some work done while you wait. With Surfshark VPN, you can work safely online without worrying about looky-loos snooping at your private data. Surfshark boasts over 3,200 servers in over 100 countries. So anywhere you go, you will find a server to suit your needs. Surfshark offers 24/7 support and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Secure your privacy with Surfshark. Use my coupon code realiteasquad for an extra 3 months free. Be sure to check out my link for even more great features you will get with your Surfshark subscription. Thank you, Surfshark, for sponsoring this video. If you're familiar with the Sister Wives book, you'll remember that the way the book is written is in parts, and each member of the family contributes a chapter to that part of the book, giving their perspective on what the topic is for that part of the book. So in this read-along, Mykelti reads Meri's chapter from the sorority part. In Meri's chapter, she recounts that failed courtship of that minor who turned 18 during said courtship and then ended things with Cody soon after. She also recounts her rocky relationship with Janelle, her fertility struggles, the loss of her sister, amongst other things. When the book came out in 2012, it was really the first glimpse into this tenuous relationship between Meri and Janelle. It had been hinted on the show up until that point, but we had yet to reach the point of family therapy sessions, really unpacking all of the bad blood between Cody's first and second wives. Mykelti watched season 18 and reacted to it on her Patreon. And during these watch-alongs, there were several episodes that were primarily showcasing Meri and the final demise of her and Cody's relationship. I would characterize Mykelti's demeanor during these episodes as gracious, but ultimately you could tell there were a million other things she would rather be doing than have to sit and try to feel sorry for Meri. Mykelti hasn't ever revealed specifics regarding what happened between her and Meri. All we know is that Mykelti has said that she never plans on having a relationship with Meri going forward. And as we all know, Christine did not invite Meri to her wedding. I think we've all had this feeling of pity towards Meri throughout season 18 because she clearly backed the wrong horse during seasons 16 and 17. She sided with Cody and Robin when Robin is begging her to hang on, but not doing anything to show Meri that she is a valued member of the family. And that all became crystal clear to Meri in season 18. Meri was very gracious publicly about not receiving an invite to Christine's wedding, appropriately wishing them the best and not being a cringe weirdo during Christine's wedding special, which we cannot say the same thing about Cody and Robin. I mean, we all remember that makeout sesh for absolutely no reason. Meri starts dating not so famous Amos, and best friend Jen was winning over the public as people loved her cameo on the Look Back, Talk Back specials. And honestly, I forget which one she appeared on. Unfortunately, things did not work out with Amos, but viewers were starting to give Meri the opportunity for a redemption arc. We want to see everyone win who was wronged by Cody and Robin, and I think financially, Meri is probably out the most money. But if you're a member of Mykelti's Patreon, there's always been this weird conundrum that we have found ourselves in as viewers, because it's like we are rooting for Meri to get a win, but then there is clearly something seriously messed up that went down that has caused Mykelti to want nothing to do with her. So Mykelti reads this chapter, and after she's done, she confirms that in her opinion, Meri was extremely difficult to live with. She concedes that obviously Meri's chapter is written from Meri's point of view, but Mykelti says she is giving her opinion, and her opinion is based off of her own experiences. So based off of Mykelti's lived experience, she feels like Meri has idealized a lot of how things were, and she actually calls Meri unattainably hopeful. But ultimately, Mykelti says she feels bad for Meri. She thinks that Meri has had a hard life. Mykelti says she can't imagine what Meri goes through on a daily basis, especially Meri's fertility struggles. She goes on to explain that when she met Tony, that was actually one of the things that she was worried about. She was worried if she would struggle with fertility. She says that even above wanting a husband, she always wanted to be a mom. And doesn't that remind you of what Christine has always said about wanting the family? She didn't just want the man. Mykelti acknowledges that for people that have watched her Patreon, they know that she and Meri have not had a good relationship. And she tells us that she doesn't plan on mending it for several reasons, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have sympathy for Meri. Mykelti says she gets in the feels, as she calls it, recalling Meri talking about losing her sister Teresa. Mykelti remembers Teresa and how hard that whole experience was. She says that is something that actually came up when everyone was just gathered in Flagstaff. The kids all looked to Meri and asked her, how do you deal with losing a sibling? Teresa was very young when she died, and Mykelti thinks Meri was in her early 30s when that happened, so just a little bit older than Mykelti is now. One of Mykelti's patrons asked her if she had any good memories with Meri growing up that she wanted to share. Mykelti actually answered this question. She said she has a few good memories with Meri. Mykelti goes on to reveal that she and Leon did not really get along growing up, and that actually they were probably two of the siblings that got along the least. Mykelti says that that's because of her issues with Meri, and those issues ended up trickling over into her having issues with Leon. Apparently, it was really obvious to the rest of the family that Leon and Mykelti did not get along. So in an attempt to get them to get along better, when Leon, Meri, and Cody took a trip to Disneyland, they took Mykelti with them, and that was Mykelti's first trip to Disney. And she regards this as a good memory that she has with Meri. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I think with everything going on right now in the family, a lot of viewers are naturally wondering, what is going to happen now? 2 weeks ago, the family was in no better a space than when we left off with them during the season 18 tell-all. There's been a conversation I've seen happening online debating, well, you'd hope that the family could let bygones be bygones and come together during this extremely difficult time. But on the other hand, there's been seriously messed up stuff that members of this family have gone through, and they shouldn't just have to forget it for the sake of playing nice with the rest of the family. Honestly, I think Mykelti is approaching this in an incredibly gracious and mature way while still holding firm to the boundaries she has set. She clearly has the capacity to appreciate the fact that Meri has not had an easy life and that she herself has gone through incredibly difficult things. And she also acknowledges that Meri hasn't been treated fairly over the years. But at the same time, there are things that have happened that have made it so forgetting the past is just not something Mykelti is willing to do. Honestly, I hope we see this same energy with other members of the family that are estranged from each other. Nobody has to make up and just say, forget all the bullshit that has happened, if that would be detrimental to their own mental health. Two things can be true at once. You can heal, maybe forgive, show grace and compassion to the person that wronged you, while also still holding a boundary for how much you're willing to let that person be a part of your life. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to check out my second channel, Sarah Spills. A link for that will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, and X at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.